Hey guys, Dan Lucchesi here with the Lucchesi Property Group, and it's time for our December monthly market update. So I'm going to share some of the most relevant and important facts or stats that are driving our market, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about what some of that means to you guys. So active inventory for November is actually down from last month by 22.4%, and it's actually down 25.8% from November of 2018. That's actually 3,833 units. Now, to be clear, I'm talking about our detached market. There's also an attached market, which is condos and townhomes. And if you guys are looking for more information about that, I would say give me a call or shoot me an email. I'd be happy to talk about it and give you the same detailed information on that market as well. So, moving on, days on market is pretty much steady at 34 days on market, and what I think is actually more relevant is the median days on market, and the reason for that is the average is skewed a little bit by homes that were overpriced, and they sit on the market for 3 months or 6 months or even 9, 12 months, and so they end up bringing that average number up. The median days on market represents the most common number of days on market before the home received the contract, and that is 18 days. And that is up, both of those values are up slightly from the previous 7 years in this real estate cycle. So a little bit of an indicator of where the market is going. It's taking a little longer for property to sell. Prices actually pulled back from June through September, meaning they declined a little bit. So in November, the average sold price was $522,868, which is basically flat from the previous month, but that is up 5.3% from November of 2018. And so what I was saying is the prices actually pulled back in June through September, meaning prices went down a little bit. Not totally uncommon for our real estate, our annual market cycle. And in November, the average sold price was $522,868, which is basically flat from the previous month. But we are actually up 5.3% from November of 2018. And the median sold price, which is $447,500, is also up 5.3% over last year at this time. What else? The close to list price ratio is steady in November at 99%, and what I think is more important, and I've mentioned this before, is the original price to sold price. And the reason for that is that factor takes into account price reductions, which there are some. And so the original price to sold price is actually 97%. Now, both of these metrics are likely to decline through the end of the year, which for buyers is great news because it gives you more buying power or more buying leverage, negotiating leverage through the last quarter. That will change in the first quarter of 2019, as it does every year in our market cycle. Flash sales are those that go under contract in 7 days or less, and that was 7 days or less. 32% of the sales went under contract in 7 days or less, and 47.5% of homes that closed in November sold for at or over their asking price. So why do I share all that with you guys? I want you to know it is still a seller's market. It is not the same extreme seller's market that it was, but it's also not a buyer's market yet either. It's like a pendulum, and the pendulum is starting to swing back in the direction of the middle, and it will always take some time, and it'll spend some time in the middle where buyers and sellers have balance and they have equal negotiating power before it will move on to a buyer's favor. It's also possible that it could reach a balanced market and then factors could change and shift it back into a seller's market again. So we try not to make predictions too far out on what could or will happen. We try to focus on what is happening and stay realistic and keep you guys updated on that. If you have any questions about the real estate market or how we can help you, give me a call. As always, Our contact information will be below, and we look forward to connecting with you guys. Thank you. Merry Christmas.